When you think apples, do Gala, Macintosh, and Red Delicious come to mind? There are actually thousands more to choose from. The tree stewards want to open up your palate to some of the apples you don't see in the supermarket by helping you grow your own. The man known as Professor Apple, Tom Burford, tells us about the upcoming apple tree grafting workshop.
We are in a memorial orchard at Old City Cemetery in the heart of Lynchburg. As a matter of fact, this cemetery was the land was given by John Lynch, the founder of the city. And this is a memorial orchard that has exclusively heirloom varieties in it. They are all 19th century varieties, which all of the plantings here at the cemetery reflect that Victorian 19th century period. And these are some of the apple varieties we will have available to graft at the Tree Stewards grafting workshop on March the 10th.
Why is it important to learn about apple grafting?
Apple grafting is sort of an enlightenment. It's an art science, and rather than go into the supermarket and have the choice of 6 or 8 or 10 varieties, you can have your choice of 3,000 varieties. Wow. There were at one time 3,000 varieties available, and they little by little diminished, and here we are back again in this last decade. We are beginning to bring them back. The great apples of the past are once again available.
And that's fascinating. I mean, how do the apples of today differ from the ones of yesteryear?
The apples of yesteryear were very varied. There were apples for drying, apples for making apple butter, apple sauce, for fresh eating, for making brandy, for making all kinds of apple dishes. They were specific, and at one time in Amherst County across the James River, I grew 500 of these apple varieties and had a nursery and distributed them nationally. But today we are at this workshop. You can probably select maybe 20 or 25 different varieties to graft, and these are the choice varieties. They are field proven. They have considerable taste. The taste merit is the flavor is what you will find in these apples of the past. You do not find if you think some of them in the supermarket taste good, wait until you grow your own and taste some of those.
I would assume the supermarkets aren't too happy with you.
And yes, and I make myself a nuisance in them because particularly I go in and I know most of the produce managers, and they will say, "Tom Burford, leave that apple alone." They are so heavily waxed to extend the shelf life that I can take my fingernail and write TOM on the apple and put it back in the display, and to irritate them and to make it memorable that I don't like this apple, you shouldn't have it. So even many of the major supermarket chains now are interested in bringing into their arsenal of apples some of these wonderful apples of the past. For instance, the Albemarle Pippin and the Grimes Golden, and there are many other varieties that have delectable taste experience for you.
Why do you think that they went away to begin with? With so many different varieties that I would assume can grow in this area, why did they go?
I blame the major nurseries. The major nurseries, it's easier for them to profit by propagating a dozen varieties than 200. And I particularly point my finger at Stark Brothers, and the Stark family are friends. And Logan Stark, he laughs about it now when I say, "You caused all this problem for me. I'm trying to unravel all the industry now so you can walk in the supermarket and have a choice of 20, 30, or 40 varieties."
Still ahead, we continue our lesson on what it takes for an apple to stay popular at the grocery store. We'll be right back.